In the Brown family, there had always been an underlying river that ran beneath the carefully staged TLC scenes and public grins. However, the silence grew unbearable in the months after the family's spectacular disintegration. Who lived where and who was spiritually estranged from whom were no longer issues. It has to do with the daughters. It has to do with safety. It also concerned Cody Brown, a man whose conception of fatherhood had gone too far. One of the more subdued voices in the large Brown family had always been Tony Padron's. Tony, a former bank employee who became a stay-at-home father, liked to be on the sidelines, aside from the limelight that engulfed his wife Kody and her siblings. But he had seen too much, even in the dark. Tony eventually snapped one spring evening when the twins were finally asleep and Kody was folding clothes next to him. At first, his voice was low, barely audible over their dishwasher's gentle hum. But Kody was frozen by the weight of his words. "Your dad acts inappropriately toward the girls. And it's not acceptable." She blinked as she turned to face him. "Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up." "What are you talking about?" Tony's face was clearly tense when he sat up. It's the manner in which he remarks about them. How he observes them. How he behaves as though he owns their bodies as well as their decisions. Kody's mouth tightened. "That's a serious accusation." Tony's voice remained steady. "I understand. I mean it too. I've observed his communication style with Isabel. How he admitted to her that he was uncomfortable wearing the prom dress. He expressed his disapproval of Gwendolyn's appearance by saying that she was too masculine. He does not regard his daughters as unique people. They are extensions of himself, in his opinion. It was meant to be a festive evening. Isabel had been choosing her prom dress for weeks. It was a sophisticated deep blue dress with off-the-shoulder sleeves and a stylish slit. Christine was crying as she watched her daughter get ready, her eyes brimming with maternal pride. She had been emotionally distant from her father and had endured many difficult years filled with tears over scoliosis surgery. On prom night, however, she looked stunning. Cody showed up without warning. No one had asked him to be there. Actually, Christine had purposefully kept the time of the photo shoot a secret from him. However, he somehow learned, possibly from Robin or Aurora, and arrived right as Isabel came downstairs. When she spotted him, she froze. Christine did the same. Cody's mouth twisted into a grimace as his gaze wandered. "Isabel, that dress is a little exposing. Do you not think?" Christine jerked her head in his direction. "She looks stunning." He continued. "Watching you go out like that just makes me uneasy. I would make Aurora change if she were something like that." Isabel's expression dimmed. The light went off. With a modest smile, she tightened her grip on her shawl around her shoulders. After taking pictures, she discreetly asked Christine if they might skip the family meal that was scheduled. She said she didn't feel hungry. Christine was wiser. The public release of the footage was never intended. Late one night, Tony sat in his car by himself and recorded a message. An admission. An appeal. His voice was broken with emotion, and he appeared worn out, with shadows beneath his eyes. "I've been quiet for far too long." However, after seeing Isabel's humiliated and heartbroken appearance at that meal, I can no longer do this. Cody Brown does not show love to his daughters. He manages them. With embarrassment. Possessiveness, that is. Furthermore, it doesn't matter whether others think I'm being dramatic. I observed it. He cut the tape. It was not posted by him. He kept it. However, it leaked somehow. A sync with the cloud. A mistaken click. A shared gadget. Nobody is aware. However, after it appeared on Reddit, it spread widely. Reddit became viral. YouTube did the same. Cody Brown shamed his own daughter on prom night. Tony Padron exposes creepy behavior. Gwendolyn confirms Tony's story. Cody has always been like this. The daughters then started talking. Gwendolyn posted an uncut, unprocessed video. "I cherish my father. However, over the years, he has said a few things that have made me feel inferior. Feeling ashamed. Not quite. He said I looked like a boy when I chopped my hair. As if that was meant to be nasty. Toxic masculinity is only one aspect of it. It's command." Isabel shared a picture of her prom gown on social media. The caption said, This garment gave me a sense of beauty, until it didn't. That following week, Christine went live. Her hands shook. This has nothing to do with resentment. Patterns are key. I had to leave in order to keep my children safe. I'm now aware of the extent of the harm. Janelle, who was still furious but more collected, told People magazine. He checked the clothes our daughters were wearing. The way they spoke. Their hairdos. They had to tread carefully. The last straw was subsequently delivered in the form of a joint statement from both mothers. With our girls, we stand. We accept them as true. Even if it means opposing the guy we once loved. We will defend them. The network was a mess. Sponsors vowed to withdraw. Cody's removal from the show was urged in petitions. Anonymous crew leaks revealed footage from previous seasons, such as Cody reprimanding Savannah for wearing a crop top and lecturing Truly for her sarcasm. There was a production memo leaked. Effective immediately, Kody Brown's participation is suspended pending review. The franchise had changed its direction. Mykelti and Tony took action. They issued a joint statement on Instagram. Until Kody accepts responsibility, we cannot morally permit our kids to be near him. The future is at stake here, not just the past. Mykelti wept for hours in secret. Not because she had misgivings about her husband, but because she saw it at last. Everything. Actually, drew a comic strip during a brief period of visibility. It showed 5 girls leaving a burning house while holding hands. They called the residents Control. She remained silent. She didn't have to. The sisters started creating something new, some by blood, some by bond. A voice from everyone. One that didn't whisper anymore. One that yelled, "He does not own us. We belong to us." Robin eventually spoke up as the media frenzy intensified. She seemed defensive and sad in an exclusive interview with a Fringe talk program. Kody has a deep affection for his children. He's simply misinterpreted. Her remarks, however, just made matters worse. Online detectives discovered previous video showing Robin quietly disparaging Christine's daughters, defending Kody's rules, and highlighting how her own kids were obedient and modest. The reaction was quick. She was called an enabler by former fans. Aurora removed all of her social media accounts. According to reports, Brianna stopped going to public school. Kody's anger escalated into a lawsuit. He even sent cease and desist letters to TLC, Tony, and Gwendolyn. His contention? Slander. Christine retaliated. A counterstatement was issued by her lawyer. Mr. Brown's behavior is not made up. They are recorded, observed, and verified by several people. He is the cause, not the victim. According to current rumors, Isabel and Gwendolyn are preparing a legal lawsuit, with Christine and Janelle providing backstage assistance. TLC made the unavoidable choice as ratings plummeted and advertisers fled. There would be no more Kody Brown. The updated format? A working title for a spin-off, Sister Wives, reclaimed, emphasizing the girls, their recovery, and the reconstruction of their lives in the absence of the poisonous male leader. Janelle and Christine would serve as executive producers. Tony and Mykelti moved states. Gwendolyn founded a charity organization for young ladies from strict religious homes. Isabel submitted a nursing school application. Really started going to therapy. The sisters weren't only getting by. They were recovering. What about Kody? According to rumors, he lived alone in a modest Flagstaff house. No cameras. No spouses. No commandant, and there's more. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown deserves better than to be subjected to social media criticism. She was in an unhappy relationship with her sister wives, Robin, Christine, and Mary Brown, as well as her ex-husband, Kody Brown, for about 30 years. As one of the family's matriarchs, Janelle carried out her duties and did her best to nurture her 6 children. But she noticed a big difference in Kody during the COVID-19 pandemic, and she no longer felt the same respect and love from him as she had before. In 2022, Janelle broke off her spiritual connection with Kody and moved to North Carolina, where she purchased a farm. She turned the farm into a new business with her son-in-law, Caleb Brush, and daughter, Maddie Brush. Janelle made sure to keep in touch with Kody in order to obtain her just portion of the Coyote Pass property in which she had first invested, all the while concentrating on her own personal development. She even threatened to sue Kody over the incident. When Cody eventually sold the Coyote Pass Ranch in 2025, he kept his word and gave Janelle her just desserts. Christine Brown jumped right back into the dating pool after splitting from Cody, and she ultimately met David Woolley, who turned out to be her ideal match. Shortly after meeting on a dating app, the pair fell in love and became engaged. Christine and David were married in October 2023. Christine chose to investigate a physical connection with David prior to exchanging vows because she believed that closeness was crucial in a relationship before marriage. Fortunately, their physical and emotional compatibility was flawless. However, Janelle has not yet returned to the dating scene. Regrettably, critics often pull her back into that toxic atmosphere in spite of her best attempts to keep her distance from drama. Janelle has been forced to respond to rumors that have recently surfaced regarding her sexual orientation. She reassured viewers on Sister Wives Season 19 Tell All by declaring, via TLC, "I promise you, I'm not asexual. I swear to you." According to Janelle, she is unquestionably a very sexual being, a very earthed mama. Her hesitation to have assembly line kisses with Cody does not imply that she is asexual, she explained. As Janelle continues to grieve and makes an effort to separate herself from negativity, it is regrettable that she has coped with these unfounded rumors regarding her sexual orientation. Janelle started a new chapter in North Carolina after splitting from Cody in 2022, searching for a fresh sense of direction. She tragically lost her adult son Garrison Brown in March 2024, and it has had a profound impact on her. It makes perfect sense for Janelle to take her time dating. She is allowing herself time to grieve and recover. Janelle deserves the time to thoroughly think through her next course of action because she is a very independent lady who is aware of her own desires. It's important for her to decide at her own speed whether she wants to pursue polygamy once more or stick to monogamous partnerships like Christine and David and Cody and Robin. Janelle has little time for romance or dating at the present because her priorities are expanding her business and spending quality time with her kids. After splitting from Cody, Janelle seemed to have faced more difficulties than the other three sister wives. In addition to her personal tragedy and financial difficulties, she has dealt with additional issues that have affected her mental health. Janelle has only lately found balance in her life, in contrast to her fellow sister wives. She has started her business, Tata Farms, enhanced her lifestyle, and broadened her social circle. In addition, she has gained self-confidence and set new objectives for 2025, including ending an unsatisfying partnership that lasted 3 decades. Since Janelle is actively trying to improve her life, she ought to be allowed to take the time she requires to feel prepared to resume dating. She doesn't need to find love again, and that's totally fine. In order to demonstrate her sexual orientation, Janelle shouldn't feel compelled to give someone a chance. She shouldn't need a man to make her happy. She should be allowed to live her life as she sees fit. After 30 years with Cody, Janelle has learned that true pleasure is not found in romantic relationships but rather in self-empowerment and self-healing. Over the course of the 19 seasons of Sister Wives, fans witnessed Cody abandoning his first 3 wives while showing preference for Robin and her 5 children. Even though Cody and Janelle had a friendly relationship and a strong physical connection at first, things soured in 2020. When Janelle's domineering and self-centered husband pushed her to move out of their shared house with their sons, Gabe and Garrison Brown, she finally lost it. It was painful for Sister Wives watchers to see Janelle, who is known for her independence, feel controlled and suppressed by Cody. Fans of Janelle, who is currently unmarried, are hoping she will find the same type of unwavering love that Christine has found with David. It is their hope that Janelle will soon resume dating and, like Christine, meet the one. After they break up with Cody, fans of the original Sister Wives want them to be happy and independent. Even when admirers have good intentions, Janelle has the final say over whether and when she wants to resume dating. She might utilize the help of Sister Wives fans as she concentrates on her fitness and business objectives in the interim. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.